Yeah, when it comes to climate change and inequality, I think the best tools that we have today are in the information systems, information sciences, knowledge management, enterprise management systems, and project management information systems, modern information technology. Yeah, this is an autodidactical approach that I call the City at Home method. City at Home was, if you haven't heard of it, it was called an acronym for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. It was City at Home was a program you could download in the 1990s that would take some of your processor's idle time and use it to go through all these signal processing from satellites and antennas, which were trying to capture alien signals from outer space. It was actually downloaded by a lot of people. It was a very popular application, and you had millions of people running this thing. And like I said, the point of it was to process. They had so much data from space that they couldn't process all of it. So they were asking that the public use their idle processor time and idle time to go through these signals for them. So now if you were to take a human being's idle time and use it in a way that's most constructive for their cognitive makeup, you could essentially use the power of human ingenuity to solve climate problems. From youth dedicated to the idea of coming up with some great discovery. But not all great discoveries come from research institutions. They can also come from inventors and entrepreneurs who maybe appear to be working out of self-interest, but I mean, it's in the interest of everybody to resolve issues like climate change. I kind of think we're going backward quite a lot in regards to most of these issues when it comes to accountability, as well as the release of human potential. I think that, rather than solving these problems, we've made them much worse and continue to do so despite, everybody saying that it's a problem. Americans are typically wrongfully stereotyped as inventors when, billions of people have lived here in the same time frame as 10 to 20 people who are responsible for the most ubiquitous inventions. These inventions were merely just added onto by people over time, like the car, computer, and so on. Upgraded, I guess you could say. Well, I mean, if Americans are such great inventors, then you would think they'd be really great speculators and investors. But, as experience has shown, there was a Great Depression, the NASDAQ crash, the housing crash, the bailout, and so on. I don't think that Americans are the top country when it comes to nurturing inventors. And I think that, America isn't really a free country, but it's closer to a totalitarian country than its enemies, at least the claims that they have against their enemies. I would say it's probably the most hypocritical country to ever exist and is in itself a target of its own policies. Well, take a look at Oppenheimer and the atom bomb and its use. Surely that was an inventor who, may or may not have supported the policies in which, the United States wields these weapons.